I'm back. Hey there guys, you might get a glare from these, so I'm going to take them off. Welcome to another edition of Almost Interesting, and also hello to my viewers on my Almost Gaming as well as Power Rangers channels. I'm uploading this video to all three of my channels because the aim of this video for me is to kind of explain what's been going on with my videos and to kind of get myself back on track. So I felt like it was important to put this out to everyone at once so that nobody really misses it. I haven't written a script for this video. Normally when I do sit down, talk to the camera, Almost Interestings, I have a script written. I do not have a script written in this case. I'll probably be rambling a little bit. I will try to edit it so that it makes some kind of sense. And like I said, tell you guys what's going on with my videos, what's going to be happening with my videos, and etc. Where do I begin? Near the end of May, I was fired by Digiphoto Global, the company I was working for at the Wild Adventures theme park in Valdosta, Georgia. I went into that in the blog that I got posted, and I can't remember, I think I go into it a little bit more in the next vlog, which I am going to get posted probably after this one. I'm planning on getting that. It's actually edited, I just need to clean it up a little. And I'll get that up. It's the last kind of videos before I made my realization about Almost Interesting, which is something I'm going to talk about here in an official capacity. But I am going to try to get number 54. At least I think it's number 54. But yes, I am going to try to get Almost Interesting number 54 up within a day or two of this video. Members of each of my audiences probably noticed that things got rough there for a while. I'm kind of proud to say that I never really outrightly stopped as far as any of my channels go. You know, I think I got an Almost Gaming or two out. Power Rangers was gone for a little while. But I was like checking in with people on Facebook and YouTube and trying to let them know, you know, hey, I'm using my no video this week tokens. I'm going to be coming back, you know, da-da-da-da-da. I did try to make a video actually for Power Rangers fans watching this. In that kind of dark period, quote unquote, I did attempt to make a video. It was my discussion of Power Rangers and video games. Unfortunately, I had a computer glitch and it was lost. I was actually really upset about that one because being somebody that loves Power Rangers and loves video games, that was really a video I was looking forward to, a discussion I was looking forward to in the comments. The more I talk about it, the more I'm possibly thinking about doing that video again. But yeah, so that video was lost, and that kind of contributed to the emotional state, and I'm going to kind of segue into that. Once it kind of settled in that I had been fired and I was over all the anger, the classical stages of grief, right? You know, once I was over the anger over the circumstances of my firing, which again I talked about in Almost Interesting number 53, it got a little dark for a while. Not dark. I explained this in a vlog I did, and I will put it here. You can click that. This is a vlog I did on a condition called dysthymia. And again, click there to watch it. I'm going to lean back over in a second and start talking about it anyway. But yeah, it'll be in the cards too. I mentioned this before, like I said. First of all, I have not been diagnosed. This is kind of self-diagnosis. Self-diagnosis is not always recommended, but the main thing is that I'm not medicating based on a self-diagnosis. So I think that's the most important thing. Disclaimer aside, I do believe I deal with a condition called dysthymia. First of all, and it's strange enough to have to explain this, as of 2013, this condition doesn't exactly exist. It was replaced with something, I believe the condition is called persistent depressive disorder. And they said, they folded dysthymia into that because they couldn't find differences. But I don't know, persistent depressive disorder just makes it sound like you're depressed all the time, and that's not what this is. It's like why I was so happy to find this condition called dysthymia, which, I basically found by I did a Google search. In that video that I linked to, the main thing that had me go like, hey, what is going on with me, is that while I was doing my Full Sail degree, I had made arrangements to go and cover a baseball game for a story for an assignment. And I woke up in plenty of time, and I just couldn't make myself get out of bed. I couldn't do it. Now, you might say that sounds like depression, but here's the thing. So I'm watching the clock. I needed to leave at like noon. I think the game was at 1. And so it's like, okay, the latest I can leave is like 12:15. And so it's like, I think I woke up at 10, and then it was like 10:30, and then it was 11, 11:30, 12, 12:15, and even I'm going like, okay, well, if I can make myself get up out of bed right now, maybe I can leave by 12:30 and get there just a couple minutes late. 12:30, and I was like, okay, I'm going to be embarrassingly late if I leave now, so it's done. I can't make it to this. As soon as I reached that conclusion within myself, it was 12:30. I got right up out of bed, made myself some breakfast, checked my email, and went on with life. It was not a depressive episode. It was this almost paranoid avoidance of stress and work. It's not laziness either. Because there was a desire there to work. That's the difference. It wasn't just, oh, I don't want to get up and I'm tired. I was screaming at myself in my brain, get up, go, do it. And I just couldn't make myself do it. To put a little bow on the story for those of you that haven't heard it, I emailed my professor and I told I told her that I wasn't feeling well and asked if I could cover another event the next day, and she said that was okay. And then I contacted the school, and there was a softball game the next day, and I was able to get out to that. So this is something that it's kind of funny because dysthymia was defined as a chronic condition, which means you always deal with it. But I kind of deal with it in doses. I mean, it's always there, but my ability to fight through it kind of comes and goes. I've been saying to a lot of people that I've been talking to about this, there was a point, I think it was last year, or the year before maybe, I'll look it up and put it here or whatever, that I was making 4 10 to 20 minute YouTube videos every week. 16 videos a month. I was doing Almost Interesting. I was doing Almost Gaming. I was doing Power Rangers episode review. And I was doing the Miami Sports Report, which is one that I don't do anymore. 4 videos every week. And now I'm like, the way I'm feeling now and stuff, I'm thinking about that. I'm like, how did I handle that? And I mean, I might not have. There was a little burnout episode I had that may have come from that, and that was probably taking on too much. But I managed it for a lot longer than I thought I could have. There are good times, and then there are bad times where I don't feel like doing anything. It's hard to get out of bed. It's hard to... It's not even as much hard to get out of bed. It's just hard to do work. It's like I can get up out of bed and make myself something to eat and sit at the computer and watch Game Grumps or vlogs or stuff, you know. Talk to people, you know. Living a perfectly happy life, but just not getting anything accomplished. I feel like, you know, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Copyright. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, but you can't get there because of copyright. I feel like I'm getting to the end of it. I feel like, you know, I finally told myself, I was like, you know, as I started actually... Because it's like I was working on my videos, but I didn't have set days for them. So they would be 4 or 5 days late, a week late, and I'm like, you know, I'm going, but I'm still doing them, you know. And then it got to a point where I wasn't doing them, and I said, okay, I've got to get a handle on this. I've got to do something to get these videos on track. And I felt like the first thing that I needed to do was put the video making on a schedule. One tactic I've found that helps me deal with not wanting to work, because this can also kind of manifest in lengthening the amount of time it takes me to work on something, procrastination and everything like that. Doing the cleaning up the kitchen, which can take 30 minutes, can take me 2 or 3 hours because I let myself get distracted. But I found lately that if I put myself on a timer and say I need to do it in 30 minutes or less, it always gets done in 30 minutes or less. What's the saying? What's the saying about... Something like, there's nothing like a deadline to sharpen the mind. I'm going to put it here and who said it. Because I feel like I heard it in a movie, but I'm sure it came from somewhere else. Unless it didn't. We'll see. I'll be giving myself, you know, little time deadlines on when I'm working on my videos. But more importantly, I will be putting the videos on a schedule. Because a schedule is kind of the ultimate deadline. Whereas if I tell the internet that Almost Interesting is coming out every Wednesday, I've got to get it done Tuesday. That's just it, you know? There's no questions about it. It has to be done. And that's the kind of deadline sharpness I'm looking for. I know there's really nothing quote-unquote riding on it. But part of the reason I'm doing these videos is to showcase my talents. And as far as a possible potential career in videography or video hosting or something like that. One thing you want to be able to show off is reliability. Also, and YouTube says this directly, even though it seems kind of obvious, a reliable schedule helps your channel grow. If people can go, oh hey, it's Sunday, I can go to youtube.com/c/Orange Ranger videos. Seriously, I don't know why that C is there. When I got a custom URL, I talked to YouTube about it and they said it has to be there. It's not in other custom URLs, but oh well, I guess I'm not famous enough. Anyway, I can go to youtube.com/c/Orange Ranger videos and watch Sean's Power Ranger episode review or Power Ranger hiatus video. That lends a reliability that is stable and brings in people. You know, and it's not necessarily like it has to be up at 2 o'clock. Like, I mean, some of the best vloggers do that. Like, I think Charles Trippy, CTFXC, I think he aims to have his vlog up at 2 o'clock or as close to 2 o'clock Eastern time every day as possible. But, like, as one of his viewers, it's like, I just like knowing that I can go to his channel every day, and every day there's a new video. So that reliability is important to helping a channel grow. It's important to showing off to people who might be watching and seeing if I'm good for a career, that I can be reliable. And it's just good for the people that are watching. So, yes, my videos are going on a schedule. Now that I've talked about the stuff going on with me, I'm going to get into the schedule of the videos that I'm doing and when you can expect to see them. This video is going up on 3 different channels, but it is going to be slightly different on each one. I'm going to mention the day of each of the videos is going to be going up in case you're watching this on one channel and are interested about the videos on the others. However, I'm only going to go into detail about the video that is posted to that specific channel. So if you're watching this on Almost Interesting, I'm only going to go into detail about Almost Interesting. If you're watching this on Orange Ranger Videos, I'm only going to go into detail about Orange Ranger Videos. And if you're watching this on Almost Gaming, I'm only going to go into detail about Almost Gaming. Okay, here we go. Power Rangers episode reviews, and for now, Power Rangers hiatus videos, are going to be airing on Mondays on Orange Ranger Videos. In the middle of the week, you'll be able to check in on my life, as Almost Interesting will be posted to my Sean Fowler channel on Wednesdays. Almost Interesting is the video series I do that's going to see the most immediate change. Get used to this blue chair, basically. As I kind of mentioned earlier, if I got it in with the editing, I did a week, an Almost Interesting week, after being fired, and it was literally just, hey, I woke up, hey, I'm going to see Mom, hey, I'm back from seeing Mom, hey, I'm going to bed. And, you know, there was trivia night in there, and there's game day, but I can't really film a game day, and you know. And I realized, until I get working again somehow, it's gonna be the same video every week. I know people were appreciating seeing my life and the style that I put the videos together. I even had some people that I've talked to about this say that they wouldn't mind seeing that type of video every day, but I can't. It's, you know, I can't in good conscience put together the same video week after week after week and pretend that it's supposed to be even Almost Interesting. Be completely boring. I'm not canceling Almost Interesting, obviously, because I just said it's going to be scheduled for every Wednesday. What I'm doing is returning it to its old format. For the first 47... yes or no? Editions of Almost Interesting, I didn't have my phone camera, I didn't have my selfie stick, I didn't have any of that, and I just sat down in front of the camera and I talked about, I picked something to talk about, and I wrote up a script and I talked about it. And again, you know, I did that for 47 editions. I mean, it was more than 47 weeks. There were stops and starts there, you know. But basically, you know, that's a lot of editions to have done it like that. So I have some continuity in that style. I'm not going to completely abandon the format of talking about myself, you know, because I wouldn't always talk about myself when I did it before. I would just, you know, talk about whatever issue was on my mind. I still, you know, because now there's some people that are actually like, hey, how are you doing, you know? So I'm gonna still pick something to talk about, because I'm not just gonna go, hey guys, my week's been kind of boring. I went to game day and we played some games and that was fun. And then I edited videos, and then I made a soup. Bye. You know, that would be bad. So I'm going to pick a topic, something that I will expound about, but I'm also going to be like, you know, okay, so this is how I'm doing this week. These are interesting things that might have happened, da-da-da-da-da. Let's get to the topic of the day. So that's how that's going to go. In one of my videos, and it may in fact be 54, I don't know. I think I've mentioned this a couple of times, actually. I do want to be a vlogger that, like, actually records my life out and about, and I do want to be a daily vlogger. You know, that's a goal of mine. So that style will be coming back. It's just a matter of when I can. I'll probably talk about this in the next edition of Almost Interesting, but it's really hard right now for me to get a hold of what I want to do next. There's all kinds of conflicting mindsets and thoughts and things of that nature. So I'm not really sure when I'm going to be working again and what I'll be doing when I am working again. But once I have the resources to actually make sure that not every single day that I'd be vlogging would be the exact same thing, you know, I'm going to at least talk to you about something interesting. So, I hope you guys will tune in and keep watching that. And on Friday, you'll be able to wrap up the work week by getting caught up on all your video game news over at Almost Gaming at the Almost Gaming YouTube channel. Alright, we're now back to all three channels seeing this, so I just wanted to recap the schedule one more time. Power Rangers hiatus videos and Power Rangers episode reviews are going to be airing on Mondays on my Orange Ranger Videos channel. Almost Interesting, my vlog, is going to be airing Wednesdays on my Sean Fowler channel. And Almost Gaming, the Week in Video Game News, is going to be airing on Fridays on my Almost Gaming channel. I really wish that I could 100% guarantee to all of you watching this that the problems are over. The issues are done, and I'm just gonna buckle my head down, which doesn't make any sense, and just get into all these videos, and there's never gonna be a problem again. I can't promise that. I am very likely dealing with at the very least, undiagnosed mental illness. Awareness of mental illness is rising in this country, and unfortunately, I think that depression and subconditions of depression, like dysthymia, are probably on the rise. I think it's important to acknowledge them, call them what they are, and deal with them the best way you can. I will say, if you are dealing with something like this and you have the resources to see somebody about it, by all means do so. I've had some friends suggest to me some, you know, like state aid or whatever, see somebody about it. I would consider that if things got worse, but I still think I'm at a point. I'm very fortunate, again, that this doesn't seem to be full-blown depression where there can be a lot more problems. It just seems to be more of a significant annoyance than a definitive issue. And at the moment, I feel like it's something that I can work my way through. When I get to a point where I'm better off, I'm almost sure that I'm gonna talk to somebody about stuff. But for the moment, I'm pressing on, you know. I'm dealing with it as I can, and I'm working my way through. What I can promise is that I know that each of these channels has an audience. Even Almost Gaming, my videos get like 10 or 15 views a week. That means there's 10 or 15 of you out there watching them, you know. And I appreciate you guys as much as I appreciate the thousands of people that are watching my Orange Ranger videos. And I'm going to work my hardest to keep you guys satisfied, keep you guys happy, keep giving you the content that you like, and really try to do something here with YouTube, you know. I can't rely on YouTube as a career because it's such a, you know, it's like winning the lottery. To, in one way or another, be able to make your living in this brand new media world. YouTube for me is definitely still a hobby, at least at this point. I do just want to say that I appreciate your guys' patience across all of my channels, you know, waiting through these periods that I've had. This isn't the first. I've dealt with stuff like this before. Hopefully it's the last, but again, I can't make any promises to that effect. One thing that I find kind of funny is that I've had such trouble making videos now that I've been fired from my job, and that I was working and I was still making videos. That's almost like that same kind of hard to believe as the fact that I was making 4 videos a week before, is that I was working and still making all these videos. Like I said, I'm not, I'm not sure what I want to do next. That's going to be the topic of my next Almost Interesting after I get the other catch-up one posted. But I have to decide between the now and the later, the good and the decent. I'm basically facing a decision between finding just another job and saving up to move somewhere, or finding a career that will let me do something now, which could be trickier here, but I don't know. I'm going to figure, it's like on the one hand, saving up to move somewhere bigger where there's more opportunities would be the wiser move, but on the other hand, I'm 32 years old and I'm really tired of working in the type of jobs you can just go and get, low wage, retail. I've never worked in food service, thank goodness, and I'd rather not start. I don't mean for that to sound snotty or anything. It's just I really want to move on to something better. And I'm not sure that I can, but we'll see. I'm getting ahead of myself. That's going in the next edition of Almost Interesting. So that's going to do it for this video, this edition of Almost Interesting, as well as these two special videos posted to the other two channels. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, thank you for sticking with me through my issues and my situations. I would very much appreciate it if whichever channel you're watching this on, you would click the like button right down below. It's funny, like, people say there should be a dislike button on Facebook, because if somebody posts something like, oh my gosh, we just got in an accident and we're okay, but the car is totaled and it's been destroyed, you don't want to click like, so you might feel like I talked a lot about, like, dysthymia and dealing with issues and stuff. Like, you might not feel like you can click like, but I would appreciate it. A like for this video, for me in this case, is saying, we understand this video, we appreciate it, we understand the things that have been going on. So I'd appreciate it if you click that like button right down below. Leave me some comments, let me know what you think. What do you think about the new schedule? What do you think about any of the issues I brought up? Do you have any input? I welcome any input from anybody. I very much appreciate it. Subscribe. I will be putting a subscribe button, of course, at the end of this video in the end slate, along with some other videos. I always do that, and I hope it helps you guys out. I think I've said before, I'm thinking about transitioning over to basically cards. I still think I would have an end slate, would be more to have, this is my Facebook, this is my Twitter, and etc. And then a thing that says, hey, click this I to get a list of other videos. Da-da-da. So again, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking with me and understanding me and everything. And I will see all of you in the next editions of your respective videos. Until then, may the power protect you. Game on, and bye.